Welcome to the deep dive. We basically cut through the noise to give you the real takeaways from our sources.
Exactly, helping you get informed fast.
And today we're doing a deep dive into, well, some really standout TV performances from 2025 so far. This isn't just about, who is good. We're looking at why these performances landed, considering the writing, the direction, everything.
Yeah, it's the whole package, how the actor elevates the material, but also how the material, gives them space to do that.
Okay, so let's jump in. First up, Tramell Tillman in Severance, Season 2. Now, the source we read highlighted something interesting. Forget the big musical number for a second.
Right, it got a lot of attention.
It did. But the source argues his, real impactful stuff was actually in the quieter moments as Seth Milchick.
And that's fascinating, isn't it? How much he conveyed with so little. The source talks about embodying corporate exhaustion, racial tension, and moral compromise.
Heavy themes.
Very. But Tillman often showed it through, like a look or his posture. Not big speeches. It proves how powerful subtlety can be.
Yeah, and they pointed to one specific moment, Milchick just looking at his own reflection before some office thing.
Oh, yeah.
So pause. The source said 5 seconds that said everything. Yeah. What makes that kind of moment work so well?
Well, I think it's because it lets you see behind the mask, right?
Yeah.
You glimpse the weight he's carrying.
The internal stuff.
Exactly. That tiny pause hints at this whole backstory, this inner conflict. It makes Milchick feel, well, deeper than just his actions. It invites you, the viewer, to kind of fill in the gaps.
Okay, interesting. Let's shift gears then. Carrie Coon in the White Lotus, Season 3.
Ah, yes.
Now, the source acknowledges, people might feel differently about her character's overall journey.
Sure, arcs can be divisive.
But it really hammers home the impact of one particular monologue she delivered. Apparently, it was something else.
Absolutely. I mean, the writing was there, obviously, but Coon just elevated it.
Yeah.
The source describes her as playing this woman who's basically convincing herself that a toxic friend circle somehow meant meaning.
Oof, that hits.
Yeah, and Coon navigated that line between, delusion and this desperate need for connection. It was this really fine balance.
And there was one line they pulled out, "I'm just happy to be at the table."
That one.
The source, the delivery, both a revelation and a heartbreak.
Yeah.
How does an actor achieve that kind of duality?
It's about layering the emotions, I think.
No.
So on the surface, the line sounds like simple acceptance, maybe even contentment.
Right, I made it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But the way Coon delivered it, according to the source, you also felt this undercurrent of deep sadness, maybe even a painful awareness of how little she was actually settling for.
Wow.
It's one of those moments where the character confronts a complex truth. And maybe you watching feel that recognition too, that kind of aha moment. But it's, tinged with heartbreak.
So we have Tillman's quiet intensity, Coon's really powerful vocal delivery. Taking voices, what makes a moment stand out?
Yeah, think about why it sticks with you.
Understanding that might actually tell you something interesting, not just about acting, but about, people and stories in general.
Definitely food for thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.